Shout out to our sponsor, Blue Apron. Blue Apron delivers ready-to-cook meals right to your door with fresh, pre-portioned ingredients. They're treating our nobodies to the first 3 meals free when you visit blueapron.com/theknow. So try it out. Free food is best food. Welcome to The Know, I'm Mica. After gamers went crazy over Cyberpunk 2077's Twitter account coming back to life, it sounds like we might have some tiny new rumors about the game as well. Specifically, when we'll be seeing a lot more of it. Polish website Gry Online's sources report that developer CD Projekt Red will bring the game to E3 in a big way, not only with a trailer at one of the big pre-show conferences, but also a behind-closed-doors demo for the press. There's no telling which of the big three will be the ones to feature more of Cyberpunk 2077, but back in 2013, it debuted at the Xbox event. Of course, this is one of those rumors that will be easy to prove or disprove in just about 6 months, so we'll keep you updated. One of the PlayStation 4's exclusives that seems to be a little bit up in the air in terms of its release date has been the open-world zombie game Days Gone. However, some new marketing material from Sony, screen-capped on Reset Era, indicates that the game could be arriving this year. In the recent round of PlayStation Year in Review emails featuring games to look forward to in 2018, along with the list of usual suspects like God of War, Detroit Become Human, and Shadow of the Colossus is none other than Days Gone. It's interesting because we haven't really heard much from Days Gone in the last few months, but keep in mind that Sony was also trying to hype up The Last of Us 2 in that same time frame, so they're probably trying to keep the marketing for those two games as distinct as they can. Several video game industry veterans have founded a brand new independent studio. Wushu Studios was just announced over the weekend with several members from Evolution Studios and PlayStation. According to their press release, they're trying to get away from the AAA grind, and they're working on a new sci-fi IP in the Unreal Engine. Interestingly enough, one of the most trusted video game insiders out there, Shinobi, is also on board with the new company in a full-time capacity as head of marketing and PR. If you're worried about what this could mean for your precious video game leaks and rumors, Shinobi says he'll still be the same old Shinobi on that front, so no worries, guys. Year-end awards are still being tallied, and one of the biggest in the video game industry just announced their nominees for 2017. While Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has led the awards season just about everywhere, it was Horizon Zero Dawn that got the most love from the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences, with nominations across 10 categories for their annual DICE Awards. Horizon Zero Dawn was recognized for its animation, art direction, achievement in character, music, story, technology, and yeah, a whole lot more. Other games that received multiple nominations from the prestigious awards, sometimes called the Oscars of the video game industry, include Wolfenstein 2, Call of Duty World War II, Super Mario Odyssey, PUBG, Gorogoa, Cuphead, Uncharted: Lost Legacy, and of course, Breath of the Wild. The award ceremony will air on February 22nd with Kinda Funny's Greg Miller as host. I know that guy. The Nintendo Switch already has a Hulu app, which has some people wondering, is Netflix coming to the portable console too? Well, Netflix seemed to dump cold water on that dream recently. Responding to a query online, the @Netflix Helps account said, there are currently no plans for Netflix on Nintendo Switch, so that's a bummer, but don't give up hope. Polygon contacted Netflix directly, and a spokesperson said, we are still exploring the opportunity with Nintendo, but don't have definitive plans to share at this time. Is Fortnite now the biggest game in the western part of the world? Well, that's what developer Epic Games is saying after the game's Battle Royale mode recently passed the 40 million download mark. You might remember when last month the game passed the 30 million players milestone with 1.3 million playing concurrently. Well, just a month later, the game has shown no signs of slowing down, and it's up to 40 million players. Oh, and it hit an all-time high of more than 2 million people playing concurrently. Lead systems designer Eric Williamson told Eurogamer, some of the folk around the office are saying, hey, we could be the biggest Battle Royale game in the Western world, which is crazy. This week, the game is getting an update to its Battle Royale map, so Epic's definitely hoping that this train just keeps on rolling. One of the biggest wildcards in the DCEU slate is Shazam. With a lighter tone and no direct connection to the DC's holy trinity of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, it's easy to get the feeling that Warner Brothers is angling for this to be their Guardians of the Galaxy. The movie is underway right now in Canada with a bulked-up Zachary Levi cast as Shazam, and the big news is that Warner Brothers finalized an April 19th, 2019 release date. Shazam is one of those original superheroes, and his origins date back to 1939. He's unique in that his alter ego is actually a young boy who transforms himself into a muscle-bound, cape-wearing adult hero thanks to, you guessed it, magic. It's like Big, except instead of the boy turning into Tom Hanks, he turns into Superman. Although I'd pay to see Tom Hanks play Shazam. That would be fantastic. Starz is bringing John Wick to the small screen. Kind of. At the Television Critics Association conference, the cable channel unveiled plans to dive into the violent world introduced in the John Wick movies. The series will be called The Continental and focus on the assassin hotel that figures prominently in the popular action series. Keanu Reeves is producing, and Sons of Anarchy's Chris Collins will act as showrunner. The producers have coyly hinted that John Wick himself may pop up in some capacity and have said that Ian McShane is in talks to return as the hotel's intimidating manager. Starz is home to some incredibly graphic shows like American Gods and Ash vs. the Evil Dead, so it's a safe bet that the film's super violent gunplay will be at the bloody forefront of this series. The Creed sequel will begin shooting in a couple months, and it looks like they have cast Ivan Drago's son. Inside our website, the tracking board says that real-life boxer and professional scary person Florian Big Nasty Munteanu will be joining the film as Michael B. Jordan's central opponent in the ring. Dolph Lundgren has already been confirmed as returning as Ivan Drago, one of Rocky's most brutal adversaries and the man responsible for the death of Adonis Creed's father, Apollo. It's safe to say the young Creed will have a score to settle with anybody carrying the last name Drago. Sylvester Stallone wrote the script with Luke Cage showrunner Chowdhury Cocker, and the film has a release date of November 21st. The man arrested in the connection with a fatal swatting prank has been charged with manslaughter. Earlier this month, Tyler Barris was arrested in Los Angeles in connection with a fake emergency call that led to a man being shot by police in Wichita, Kansas. Well, Barris is now facing some really serious charges, including involuntary manslaughter, as well as with giving false alarm and interference with law enforcement officers. If he's convicted of involuntary manslaughter, he could get up to 36 months in prison, along with a fine of up to $300,000. So remember, guys, swatting isn't funny. Don't do it. Just stop it, please. And while we're talking about tragic stuff, this story is also pretty insane. A man from Northern California has been arrested after authorities said he shot and killed his mother in an argument over a gaming headset. Come on, what the hell is wrong with people? The suspect, a 28-year-old Matthew Nicholson, was playing video games in his room when he got upset and started yelling, according to police. That's when his mother went to check on him and the two got into an argument. At some point, police said that Nicholson broke his headset, blamed his mother, and then shot her. She later died of her injuries, and he's now under arrest and could be charged with homicide, so yeah, obviously a really sad situation. Don't fucking kill people. But let's move on to something a little more positive. You might have watched some of last week's Awesome Games Done Quick Marathon, where some of the best speedrunners in the world did their thing for charity, and it was a huge success, raising more than $2.2 million for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. The event wrapped up on Sunday with speedrunner Anatomies finishing all the main quests in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild in less than 4 hours. So yeah, a really cool event. Once again, nice work, gamers, showing that we all can get together for a good cause. And that is all the news we have for you today. Remember to comment on any of your favorite news stories in the comments below and like this video. And if you're new around here, subscribe to the know. Thanks to Blue Apron for sponsoring this update. It's a new year, and that means we're all feeling optimistic about the new things we can learn this year. And if you've never been much of a cook, Blue Apron can help you turn that around. Blue Apron delivers step-by-step recipes and pre-proportioned, ready-to-cook ingredients right to your door, and meals can be cooked in less than 45 minutes. They even have new recipes every week, so you don't end up eating the same thing over and over again, and you can choose how frequently you want to receive meals, so if you've got a busy week, you don't need to stress about it. As a bonus, for the next 8 weeks, they've partnered with Whole30 to offer 2 Whole30 recipes each week, like chicken and orange kale salad, steak with a warm lemon salsa verde, and spicy black bean enchiladas. I don't know if you've tried Whole30 before. I did last year as a kind of bad habit eating reset, and I really enjoyed it, but it can be easy to fall into a rut, so having these kinds of recipes is a huge help. To get your first 3 meals free, visit blueapron.com/theknow and get started.